Yeah, there's certainly a balance between weekday events, people who work, people who have kids. One thing that you didn't hit on is we're still in school up here.
Oh wow!
Our high school and elementaries are still in school. They weren't supposed to be. They're supposed to be long gone. We got snow days, right?
Oh, gotcha.
So that's another reason the fans weren't exactly packing the joint in. So typically on a Monday right now, yeah, there's nobody working, there's nobody going to school. Right. Everyone who's racing's got the day off.
Right.
Everybody can come at 6:30. So the perfect storm is, that place is packed up.
Yes.
So there's certainly a balance between, like myself, got a full-time job, taking off work, making sure we got everybody covered, making sure, happy home is happy. And, but on the flip side of that, you're not racing against any normal Saturday night racers, so all the racers have got opportunity to come and travel without having to affect their normal Saturday night program. So there's certainly a double-edged sword there. There's certainly a balance, but I like a variety of weekly shows, weekday shows that can kind of bring people that wouldn't normally be there.
Definitely. How do you see asphalt racing this year in 2019 for CRA or just in general, Brian?
Yeah, I think there's certainly a buzz right now on drivers. I'll just call it out: drivers versus the governing bodies. I think we need to be careful. Everyone needs to be careful with it because we're a tippy right now. We're on a double-edged sword that we need to make sure that we're all pulling on the same rope.
Absolutely.
Or it could get bad. So we just got to be careful. I'll leave it at that. Not to go into too deep there, but there's just need to make sure that we're all on the same page.
Absolutely, and I think there's a lot of dirt racers that would probably say the same thing as well. I mean, I've seen some events and some tracks that are on the highest of highs, and I've seen others that are on the lowest of lows. And I think at the end of the day, everybody needs to try to find a way to have a united front, sing kumbaya, so to speak, or we are the world, and try to work with each other to save racing, not only for the competitors, but most of all for the race fans. Because if everybody gets in a, pardon my language, pissing match with one another, it's eventually going to spiral out of control, and it's not only going to hurt at the end the racetracks, but the drivers and the fans mostly.
Oh, certainly. At the end of the day, we're entertainment, and we're if the promoters can't make money, if the tracks can't make money, why are they going to put on shows?
Exactly.
And if they can't get the fans there to do it, and the fans are in broad. Fans are via podcasts. Fans are via apps. Fans are also paying money to be at the racetrack.
That's right.
So it comes in a full aspect of it. So if we can't all make sense about it and have the promoters make money, because they have to make money.
That's right.
And the tracks have to make money, so they have to have fans there. Then what sense is it? So us as racers have got to realize that it's not truly about us, because the fans don't care about if we've got a spool in or a Gleason in it. They don't care.
Right.
They want to see good racing. So it's up to the promoters to balance that out. And if we can understand that and we can stay on that line, then I think we'll be okay. If we start swaying, it's going to get ugly.
You know what, Brian, and you're exactly right. One of the things that we just mentioned a moment ago was Johnny Van Dorn being in a crate late model motor. To the average fan in the grandstands at Berlin on Monday, if they don't know the difference between, or if they don't know what a spec motor is, they would have thought, okay, well, this is a CRA sanctioned event. He's in a super late model. These are super late model cars. Right. Because if you don't know the technical aspects of it, people think it's the same motor. And that's what really gets me about a lot of these fans. They don't, and I mean this with no disrespect to our fans out there. Some of y'all don't care. They just want to see racing. They want to see cars. Bottom line.
That's right. They just want to see good racing. That's right.
Right.
That's right.
And one
of
the biggest things that some track promoters do is you run pro late models. You run crate late models, you run super late models, you run 602 late models, you run super late models. limited late models, steel block late models. Next thing you know, you've got 5 late model classes running on the. And I'm being honest with you, Brian Campbell. This has happened down south, and you've run 5 late model classes, and all the fans are in the stands thinking, "Well, we got 10 super late models here, we've got 12 crates here. Well, they all look the same. Why aren't they all running together?"
That's right. Exactly. I completely understand, and go back to Berlin is they were started down that road here a little while ago,
right?
With a couple different classes starting to look too much alike, and they split them up. They started eliminating classes, and they split them up. Now, I do think Berlin's got too many classes personally, but the one thing they do have, nothing looks alike. Everything is different, so you can have a little bit of a difference, I guess, and still have multiple classes. They've got a modified, a 4-cylinder. They've got sportsmen's and wedge body, so they all look different. So the fans can relate to a driver in each class. But like you said, if you've got two white 47s out there in 2 different classes, no one's relating to anything because they don't see the difference.
And you know what? You mentioned the numbers and the car numbers, so to speak, and I got to give props, but this is what I was referring to about getting into these purse matches with one another. You've got Cars Tour, and they decided to do a $30,000 to win Old North State Nationals, and I was a part of that event, and it was a great event at Orange County Speedway. I'm not saying that it wasn't, and it was won by Lee Pulliam, and that was supposed to be now the biggest race ever for late model stocks. Well, before that was a $25,000 to win race at Martinsville. That was the big deal. Well, yesterday, Martinsville announces, no, this year we're changing the format. We're changing things around. We're going to lock in the top 20 than just the front row at Martinsville. And we're going to pay $32,000 to win. And we're going to put all these other bonus monies up for grabs. And I'm waiting to see what Cars Tour or somebody else is going to throw back next, because they're going to be like, we're going to pay $50,000 to win, or we're going to pay $35,000 to win. So it's kind of like, this is what I'm talking about. You've got now this purse war with these racetracks and sanctioning bodies, and the drivers are looking there scratching their head like, if this would have just been $10,000 to win, wouldn't they would have had the same car count?
Yes. Yes, they would have. Don't get me wrong. We're all going to love to race for $30,000.
Oh, absolutely.
But I'd rather see it spread down the line and have everybody come together than having to be at each other.
Yeah. I mean, what's next? Is the Snowball Derby purse going to bump up because they want to compete against a series or track or sanctioning body? And I'm in no way disrespecting Five Flag Speedway, because the biggest race of the year for super late models, and you're a part of it, is the Snowball Derby. Bottom line, in December. But I mean, what does that race pay? $25,000 to win or $30,000 to win? I mean, is that going to bump up now to $40,000, $50,000 to win? Where do we set the standard?
Right, exactly, and that's a good question. That's a good debate. That's a question that I guess I really haven't dove into because us as drivers and us as car owners and everything, we see I look at pay down more so than I look at the per win. I mean,
right.
I'd love to win $20,000, but I want to know that if I finish third, I can still pay for the dumb weekend.
That's exactly right.
So we look at it that way, a little bit different, I guess.
And let's be honest, Brian. In closing, I mean to cut you off, but in closing, yes, the race at Berlin paid $20,000 to win, but how much money are you really going to have a chance to pocket and be able to enjoy after putting the money back into your race car and everything that you've done?
It just fills the voids that we're getting ready to get there. We were going to sponsors and different things, so it just fills the voids up. Is all it does.
That's what I try to tell.
It's not like you're making
fun.
money. It's just
it's fun.
Exactly. Yep, exactly right. It's good to know that you can go to a track and make money that day.
Yes.
You're still not going to make money throughout the year, but it's good to know that you can make money that day and have a little bit of something, to get back.
I mean, yeah, the number is big. The number's good. I like it. You endorse it. We promote it. We announce it. We PR it. But at the end of the day, you think about somebody like your car. That super late model car has got to be at least $60,000, $70,000, maybe more. That might just be in the engine itself. So if you're running for $20,000 to win, you've paid money in all these tires and fuel and work and crew and everything else, travel, lodging, because I do it myself. The only difference between me and you is you're spending money on your car to race to make money, and I get paid for working the event, and they cover my expenses. So it's like, there's times, Brian, that I make more than what you make at the racetracks. You know,
I can believe it.
But we do it because it's fun. That's what it's about. It's because it's fun. If it's not fun, then why the hell are we doing it for?
Well, exactly, and that's as you get old. You realize that as you get older, I guess. You know, as a young guy trying to race, you want to win everything, and you get a chip on your shoulder and do everything, and the money matters. I mean, don't get me wrong, the money does matter. We need the money. Everybody needs the money to go do what we love to do.
Definitely.
But you're right. We're out having fun. That's why we pick and choose our races, the one we want to go to, because those tracks we like to go to and they're fun.
That's right.
You don't have to have headaches doing it.
You're exactly right. Brian Campbell, it's been awesome having you on the program, man. Where are you racing at this weekend? You taking off? Where are you going?
No, we're going to go race the Jegs race at Flat Rock over here, little quarter mile in Detroit, Michigan. So
are you going to make the trip to Milwaukee Mile on Sunday? I know a lot of people are excited about that race. The ARCA Midwest Tour going to be at Milwaukee Mile on Sunday. It'll be on Speed 51 pay-per-view.
That is going to be a good race. No, we're gonna stick around home and just kind of hang out at the house and go to Flat Rock instead. But wish everybody the best of luck up there. That's going to be a fun one.
Nothing wrong with that, buddy. Congratulations on winning money in the bank of that number 47 machine. And before I let you go, thank your sponsors here on Finish Line.
Seneca Performance, Seneca Chassis is number one for us. Nova Engines got us to Victory Lane, Daily Deals, Eckridge, Randy Allen Photography, Grow America, Stampede. They all help us out every single year. They're all there every single year. Been there for the last, 3-4 years. So thank you to everybody.
Brian, you're the man. Thank you so much for being on Finish Line. I look forward to seeing you again somewhere soon.
Appreciate it.
Yes,
Thanks,
sir. Justin. Brian Campbell, of course, the winner of Money in the Bank. And we talked about a lot of touchy subjects, and I appreciate the fact that he indulged and jumped right in there with me, and you heard some of his rebuttals, so to speak, and what his thoughts are on a lot of things. The bottom line is this: time management. If there's promoters out there, whether it's dirt, asphalt, drag, karting, you're listening, you're watching, whatever, you're listening to the archive replays on our podcast replay outlets for Finish Line. Time management. Again, I don't mean to get on the soapbox about it. Michael Rigsby, Dirt on Dirt, says it all the time. I'll say it as well. Time management. Monday night show, Berlin Raceway, started at 6:30. Yeah, we're obviously there at 10 a.m., 11 a.m. because we got to get there early, and we're there for practice all day and then qualifying. But for the race fans portion of the program, started at 6:30. Over at 9:30. 3-4-hour program tops. Be done. Get out of there. Look at what Virginia Motor Speedway did. Besides the incident with the transformer getting knocked out on a Thursday night, they still finished by 11:30 at night. If they wouldn't have had that incident go on there with the All-Star Circuit of Champions and the sprint car and the sprint cars and the modified Dirt Cup Challenge on that Thursday, because I announced that event with Blake Anderson, they would have been done by 10 o'clock. Started at 6:30, done by 10. But the incident with the transformer knocking the power out made things be on delay. So, again, time management. Second of all, you don't have to run every class in the world. You ain't got to run 10 classes, 8 to 10 classes every weekend. I know why you do it. You do it because of the back gate. You do it because you try to make money there in the pits to cover what's not in the front. But at the end of the day, when you run a 5-6 hour program and you have a fan that shows up at the racetrack that's never been there before, and I do it myself, and I say, hey, raise your hand if you've ever been to the racetrack here before, and you see people raise their hands up. If you want to give them a good experience, because if you give them a bad experience, if you give them a 7-hour show that's not entertaining, more than likely, they're not going to come back. That's just brass honesty here. They're not going to come back, because if it's going to take all night long and it's going to be a long, drawn-out show, the kids are going to be tired. They're going to be cranky. They're going to be ill. The wife, girlfriend's not going to sit there for 5-6 hours. True diehard fans will, yes. But eventually, especially in today's world, the attention mind span of children is not there anymore. My son loves racing. I take him with me when I can once in a while. But bottom line, he will only sit there and watch 30, 45 minutes, and then he is entranced on something else or wants to go do something else. So So yeah, there's so many things that there should be worked on there to make better programs. We're going to take one more quick 30-second timeout. When we come back, we're going to talk to the new kid, Carson Ferguson, and we'll stay on the air with you until 1 o'clock on Finish Line.
This is Finish Line.
All About Wraps strives to offer our clients with fast, affordable service with race wraps starting at only $500. From go-karts to national touring teams and everything in between. Late models, modifieds, sprint cars, midgets, asphalt cars, and we'll even decal your helmets. Wraps, design services, and promotions.